I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
We're getting off the rails. We started. The show is recording. We started.
That's all right.
Don't sit on the floor. Welcome, gentlemen. Episode 24, Random Selection Show. How you doing?
Good.
Bueno. Cool.
Didn't rain today, so we're doing good.
Good. I have no updates. I think we're going to jump right into this, but I want Stu. We're going to give we didn't play Tarawa. When we play Tarawa, we're going to do quick Tarawa updates here because I think people are kind of interested to see how that's going.
I'm
too. And then I think at the end of each campaign game date
Maybe turn, probably.
Turn?
Turn, yeah.
We
or every couple turns, 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah, so we'll do like a video and we'll go through it, like we do with our AARs. We haven't figured out exactly the cadence on that, but we plan on doing it. But Stu, I want you to give another update on Tactical Tuesday because you posted on the starter kit and some comments on the last episode. There are people interested in it, so can you give us another update on your rekindling of Tactical Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm just going to post anything I post, and videos I will just post to the ASL starter kit section on YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook, and then of course YouTube, and then I think you might pick them up if you find one of them interesting like that might fit into your program. But whatever, I'll put them on my channel, and then I will also post them on the starter kit one. I'm not going to bother the ASL gamers site on Facebook. There's like 3 or 4 sites of ASL on there.
Right.
I just think if you focus, like I said, I was listening to one of your videos that you canceled your forum sections because no one really responds. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have to look at 5 different fucking sites to find information. It's better to find it on one site, and your site is actually really honing in on a lot of like resources and pulling a lot of shit together. And honestly, there's nothing compares to your site, to be honest. I mean,
unfortunately, the forums never manifested. Yeah. People they want to be spread out. I can't. I tried to get them together, but it didn't work. So
it's just like little splintered groups. But anyway, I don't want to get much into that, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, the starter kit things. I left a post on, I think it was on Facebook. I'm not sure if Facebook or on Discord. It was on Facebook, but just know that there's a lot of new players out there. I haven't seen a lot of players posting. I haven't played shit. Learn a starter kit and stuff later. Just know that we're not here to rip you new ass. Like some ASL players do. It's only going to be starter kit straight up, and once we get our core group of guys going again, and some guys might tail off into the ASL we had last time, about a year and a half into it. Some guys are starting to drift into the ASL world. It's okay to stay in starter kit. It's okay to drift in the ASL world. It's your hobby, and last time, like I said, hopefully the same resources that we had in near the end, or even the beginning for that matter, of the starter kit realm that I built on my Discord channel will return and assist some newer players, or some of them still play starter kit. So a lot of new scenarios out there. I've got like with the scenario from their magazines. They posted a whole bunch of starter kit scenarios. I bought that, so I've got like 12 of those scenarios, so we can start throwing into
special ops pack.
Yeah, spec ops. Yeah, so we can start throwing that into like competitive play and start analyzing those. And there's the basic training journal, basic training thingy.
Yeah, those scenarios are a little more.
Yeah, they're a little more advanced.
Advanced, I would think. Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to see slightly more advanced ones. And I gotta be honest with you, I think the basic training magazine was better than the latest journal issue, to be honest. Overall.
Well,
in terms of usefulness and helpfulness to players, right?
If we talked. If you take out the series replay, which I'm not a fan on, because that was like
They fucked it up anyway, but yeah.
we're already in the weeds. That was half the damn basic training magazine.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't get enough submissions. I'm not sure, but I would rather have seen like 3 more articles or something than
Yeah, it's filler.
20
The-
pages
the-
of replay.
Yeah, the SR is filler.
That's me.
So, but yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, they should. There's enough good resources out there from SK. From an SK point of view, I mean, they should solicit. They shouldn't just say, "Oh, hey, if anyone wants to submit stuff, Jay Kaczynski's got like 2 or 3 packs of SK stuff out there." And there's a lot of guys that have gone into SK or the newer players want to design their own scenarios. So, asking Jay, say, "Hey, Jay, can you write up a page or 2 on how you design your scenarios and stuff like that for SK?" And I think that's a great one, because he's kind of steamrolling that or head starting or whatever you want to call it, a bunch of starter kit packs, and
They just need to
anyway.
They just need to promote it more. But yeah, the point is your Tactical Tuesday is going to be starter kit, a starter kit focus, which is what it was before, which is great.
Right. We might have an ASL one going on, but a lot of times, the room's not big enough for some egos that show up. So, and I don't want it. I mean, if you guys look back towards what the hell was it? Like the first one that Kurt did. What's he called? The roundtable.
Yeah.
Go back to the first roundtable and just listen to the discussion of people routing and shit like that.
Oh, is that the one where they did routing?
Yeah, I think so.
There were like 10 different opinions on.
Yeah, even I commented. I mean, that's kind of that's the problem with ASL and some of the players is essentially they've been playing it too long, and some of them still play it incorrectly, and they don't want to admit when they made a mistake or some shit like that. I see that a lot, and that's unfortunate. And so that's why, especially in the SK, I mean, I've got a number of routing ones, and we're going to do it again. So if you want to learn how to route, come to play SK, and we'll get your ass routing down because that's a big focus, especially in SK. And that just goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned myself after doing some of that routing is far more important and far more valuable a tactic and information that you use to allow yourself to be in better positions. And I see ASL players, FTR all the time. It's like, oh, wait, you could just route backwards that way. And I think they just want to. If I'm adjacent to somebody, I'm just FTR. And
that was the point of our, not to shill our article again, but I'm kind of going to in the basic.
It's a good article
magazine. The point of it was to not just treat routing as a task that you check.
Oh, right, yep.
Route phase check or task. Yep. Okay, it's checked off. You should use it and use the rules, especially in my opinion. What I tried to focus on was ignorable terrain, right?
Yep.
And that opens up choices.
Huge.
Normally,
huge doors.
If you have to go to a certain hex because the rules dictate it, but you can ignore it, that could open up 2 other targets that are better to get your unit back on your feet or get it closer to a lead or whatever. So, yeah.
There's a giant and you could also, you don't have to take the shortest route, which, of course, I'd love to post questions about examples of that where you can take a longer route, which puts you in line of sight to an enemy to your initial destination that you have to go to, and now you can divert to a better destination just by knowing the route rules, and that's huge. That's a huge. It keeps your units alive. Period. It just keeps them alive.
Did I spin and we landed on the routing wedge? Because
no, I don't know.
Sounds like yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's just my. Yeah. We focus a lot on the shit that makes you better. So.
Right.
Anyway,
and you have good discussion. So yeah, let me.
It'll probably pop up here, and then we'll just end this. We'll just end the discussion.
Oh, just extend it.
Shut the stream down.
Round she goes. Oh, Stu's gonna spit.
Keep pushing it.
Oh,
surprise!
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
Yeah.
Surprise! Okay.
Surprise!
All right.
Is this where we start stripping?
Oh God! Please don't.
What was the surprise? I forgot.
Okay,
What the hell's
this will
all
be a
about.
respin, but there is a surprise. Okay.
Okay.
The surprise is that someone watching the video will win a $50 gift certificate to Ritterkrieg to buy something
Damn.
ASL.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. I'm watching.
Watching and commenting
Well, I will hide something in the video,
Oh.
and you will have to it'll tell you what you have to do, and you'll have to contact me with the secret word or whatever I
Uh-oh.
decide, right? And you'll be entered to, and it'll give it a cutoff date. Maybe it'll be a week after the video goes live, right? I'll put a date on there.
Damn.
And you'll have to contact me, and then I'll pick from the list however many watch and find it, and I'll pick a name at random and contact Derek and get a gift certificate. However that works with him, I'm sure you'll figure it out, and you'll win $50 to buy some ASL from Derek. Okay.
Serious?
Yep. 100% serious. Yep.
That's legit, dude.
Okay. So if you're watching, keep watching to look for the little notification. It'll be short. It'll be quick. You gotta keep an eye out for it. And when you find it, don't post in the comments below like it's at the 10-minute mark because that'll reduce your chances of winning. Right?
I should disqualify. If you post that, it will disqualify.
I'll ban you.
So
Ban you.
don't ban him, just disqualify. So you let somebody else win the $50. So
Okay.
Yeah, why would you do that anyway? You decrease your chances.
Yeah, right. Okay. $50 gift certificate. Okay, let's respin here.
Oh, nice.
Get an actual topic.
Shit, that was too close. That was too close for me choosing.
What would you have picked? Routing.
I have no clue.
Oh no, not surprise again.
What is that? Surprise?
Okay.
Terrain
It
that sucks.
It
Oh,
it almost landed on surprise again.
That's not bad. That's
Which
not bad. Basic terrain, right?
I would have respun. Okay, who goes first?
Uh-oh.
Neal, look at Stu. Look at that. You're huge.
We're taking bets. Everyone put bets in the comments down below. Who's going to get it?
Who goes
Neal.
first?
Neal chooses.
Nope.
Stop. Neal, stop.
Stu.
Damn it.
Stu.
Terrain that sucks.
Yes.
Gullies. I know.
Okay, hold on.
Gullies could be I think
Timer's going. Stu,
all right,
take it away.
terrain that sucks from my perspective. I think
Could be multiple terrain. Just let it all out.
combined stream and whatever the hell you want to put behind it, because the cost to enter is a living shitload. You usually have to go CX or minimum move or whatever if you're dealing with, especially if it's just a regular stream, not a dry stream. Even a dry stream would be bad. But the other thing that you have to realize in the streams, and even if they are dry, is that you could look down the stream, and if you could fire on somebody, and if they're moving down the stream or into the stream, that's in the open. So be aware of that. So don't just think it's a gully. Look at the little section further on. I don't even know where the hell it is. 29.843 or something like that. It'll have usually like stream orchard, stream woods, and whatever else there is. But with a lot of these new boards coming out, a lot of these houses, they start having stream crag. Hell, they might even put stream buildings in some shit, sooner or later. But those are very quirky types of terrain. But just know that if you're in a stream wood, typically it's stream woods. If you're in a stream woods, they could look down that stream, and it's like a road. Essentially, it's like a road in terms of firing and shit, like line of sight, loss of concealment, stuff like that. So that one, tough to move through, and you could possibly get caught with your pants down in that one. So that's my initial terrain that sucks straight off the top of my head.
That's your first terrain.
Yeah, my first terrain.
There's not a whole lot of boards with gullies or streams on them.
No.
To be honest, I don't know offhand. I could fire up my little thingy here and sort by it.
This is a PG show, so.
Board sandbox. Okay, gullies. Gullies and streams or just gullies? Gullies. There's 27 boards with gullies out of 100. I don't know, maybe 25% have gullies. Streams. There are not count. This is not counting third party. There are 13 boards with streams. What about gullies and streams? There's 27 with gullies and
That's more than I
streams.
would have thought.
Assuming I
Yeah.
entered the metadata right for all these boards, but it's roughly around there. Yeah, it was actually more than I guess I thought at first. Do you want me to go, Scott? Terrain that sucks.
Sure. I know what you're gonna say.
Well, you think you know.
No, I know.
No, but you don't. Because it's not really a terrain.
Oh.
Foxholes.
What?
Yes.
Now, come on.
Technically, it's not terrain, but I just have to get it off my chest. I know they've made a change, but I'm just not a fan of foxholes. You know,
Walls and hedges.
that's coming later.
Oh,
Hold on.
oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's round 2. You spoiled it.
Okay.
Well, if anyone's watching any of these videos, they already know what's coming.
Yep.
But yeah, foxholes, and not off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly the change they made for foxholes.
You could advance assault move out without getting your ass shot.
Was it just
Yeah,
assault move?
Yeah. Yeah.
Assault move to the next adjacent hex.
Right.
I think that's the change they did there without getting shot.
Yeah, because normally
But you still
yeah,
residual firepower, no BA, which is cool. That's not bad.
yeah, that helps. But before it was just it's like you're setting a other people say you're sitting in a death trap.
Yeah.
You try to get out and you just get blasted every time. And I remember we've played some scenarios and I get the foxholes and I either don't want to use them or don't know what to do with them. And sometimes I would just put them, if I was a defender, I'd just put them in the back and use them to fall back into if I needed to. At least give me an option, but I really wouldn't set them up front and put guys in them because there's too much risk involved with even using them. And that's not the way foxholes, I mean, they dug foxholes for a reason, for protection, and I never felt like I got much protection using them in ASL. I know technically not a terrain, but not a fan of the foxholes. Maybe they're a little bit better. I haven't played with them yet with the new rule.
That's good. That's a good one.
Scott.
The thing that has always bugged me about
Excuse me.
streams and gullies is that they always start and end on the same board.
Oh, true.
Yeah, almost. I think there might be a couple boards. I think third party that extend, but yeah, I think all the MMP they start and end.
I mean, it's not a huge deal because you get the effect right, but it just always felt kind of weird. Just a stream, you have a stream on a board, and it's
Where's it go?
8 hexes long. Yeah, where's it come? Just popping out of the ground, then just disappears. I mean, that can happen, I guess, but I think walls and hedges.
Oh, you stole my thunder.
No, I'm not stealing it. I think they're a little overcomplicated, the rules for them, and especially Bocage. I think.
Yeah.
Bocage rules are a little much, but I don't know. Mine. I don't.
Combined with what? Foxholes. Then it starts getting. Then it starts getting
with a stream with a gully.
with a gully. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably my least favorite terrain is brush.
I just thought of one. Go ahead.
It's 2 MF to move through it, and then there's no TEM. It's a hindrance, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Why does it cost 2 to move through it, but it's not a TEM? If it's that difficult to move through, wouldn't it afford some kind of protection?
You'd think.
I don't know.
Big tumbleweeds or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Big piles of tumbleweeds.
Yeah, there's a giant piles of tumbleweeds. That'd be brutal.
Okay.
That'd be brutal.
You mentioning brush, a PTO terrain, bamboo.
Oh.
Does anyone like bamboo?
Yeah. I was almost going to say bamboo. But yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Bamboo is pretty decent for
Yes.
the defense, especially if you're the Japanese and you're hidden. Yeah, and that's another thing you need to take into account. Where if you're moving, you'd rather advance into bamboo versus moving into bamboo in case if you suspect somebody being there. Because if you move in there, you get CX'd and pinned, but if you just advance in there, you just get CX'd. So essentially, you're going to get screwed because you're the Japanese ambushing you anyway. But at least the pin status, doesn't screw you over even more. So it's bad.
That's where Scott puts his tank hunter heroes. He hides them in bamboo.
Yeah, it's a safe, very safe spot. Good spot to hide too.
Son of a bitch.
I wish they had cornfields instead of just regular grain. I wish they had cornfields, which would be like half level LOS obstacle, but no TEM.
Or I don't know. Are cornfields common in Europe?
No.
Where'd they get their corn? They
Make
import it from somewhere?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just some sort of field. I mean, some of the grain fields got to be tall, right? 6 feet tall?
Yeah,
I mean, Russian grain fields got to be tall as hell, right?
I grew up in Iowa when I was really young, and there was corn everywhere, and you get lost in there. You go into a cornfield.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
where the hell am
crazy
I?
shit.
You follow
Where's
a road
Neal?
till you
Where's
get
Neal?
out.
Yeah. Those cornfields are pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. The other terrain that I think sucks ass is the runways. Those are just bad. It's just a huge. I mean, open
Turkish.
ground. You invite open ground. You're happy to see that green hex, so you could run through it or at least assault move into it, instead of just getting blasted on the -1 TEM for the airfield or runway or whatever you call
Thankfully,
so
there's like 1 or 2 boards with a runway.
Yeah.
Something like that. There's an overlay and starter kit for a runway.
Yep. Board 14, and then some one of the Pacific boards has the dirt one. Actually, the new one, right? The new one has.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The new one's like a pseudo runway.
The Carpaket stuff.
Yep. They're always way downscaled.
Two boards. Yeah, 14 and 38. Yep, you nailed it. 14 and 38 with the dirt.
The dirt one.
Big dirt one, yeah. Yeah, I think the only time I played on a runway was when Scott and I played that pocket scenario. I forget
right.
What was it called?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, seriously.
I think
wow.
you played it too, Stu.
Yeah.
Whatever it was called.
Brutal. Yeah.
You have to run around on the airfield.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's the only time I played. Well, there's not many boards, but yeah, it's the only time I ever played.
On that bottom board, now that we brought it up, on that bottom board, because I played, I got a replay of a Japanese airdrop on that particular board. It's actually a really fun scenario, to be honest. But on that board there, if you could zoom into it a little more, let me pop it up on the screen. Let me make my center one so I can see what the hell I'm looking at.
Oops. Yeah, if you make it bigger on your side.
So you've got, very similarly to as the board 14 one, you've got like the crisscross pattern going there. So we obviously know what the runway is there. That's a bunch of bad jujubes up there. But on the bottom one, you've got these little fingers that are catching off the side. So me and my opponent and I, we had to decide, okay, is that part of the runway? Because the setup parameters describe hexes, distance from a runway hex, or the airfield is what they defined it as, the airfield, not a runway, but an airfield, which isn't defined in ASL. So I don't know, if you go to my channel, look up that, one of the latest ones I've done, it's a replay. And airfield, the use of the term airfield is unfortunate, because
as opposed to runway.
As opposed to runway, because if it's an airfield, do you include those little fingers?
These little pads here?
Yeah. Do you include that if it's an airfield? Because again, it's you got to go by definitions, and there's no definition of an airfield.
Are you saying just the airfield, or is it
Right.
everything?
Right. But again, we know what a runway is, right? Runway specific. It has specific parameters, specific whatever. But the unless I'm mistaken, I haven't really looked in chapter G. I guess I should have. But I think we played it. The setup was, I think it was 2 hexes or 3 hexes from the quote airstrip where the planes or the planes would take off from instead of being stored in. So, but this one it makes a big difference. I think it's 3 hexes. So if you go 3 hexes from like the end point where you have right there, almost in the middle of that, I mean that could put you into the bamboo, right? But if it's 3 hexes from the little finger, it could put you into that woods or quote jungle beyond it, which actually give you a lot better setup. And so it does change it could potentially change a decent setup or decent strategic positions based on what they have there. And so
What's the definition of a runway?
I don't know, like pop it up.
Is it this gray? How is it described?
Technically, it says any hex containing a gray road surface with 2 parallel white lines is a runway.
Yeah, is this technically a runway? Never thought of that.
Yeah, I
Or
don't
the
know.
definition?
But if they had airfield, what's an airfield?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the kicker. Is they define as the airfield? Let me find chapter G here real quick. It might be in chapter G. I don't know. It should be. Chubby, swamp, pansies, landing craft, beaches. No, I don't see it. Road path, fortifications, and Helen. It's not a road, right? Because PTO, the roads don't exist. So usually always have that SSR to have those roads exist. So that's one of the issues that we had in doing that particular scenario is both players have to at least agree upon. And I mean, it could be one way or the other, but like if you thought it was from the little elbows or the little divots or storage, parking places, and I thought it was the runway, then I'm essentially my troops are coming down that road up in the north, up at upper right. I could be running down there and not expecting you to be in that jungle. Whereas I say, no, it's from this. And so that way you don't get into a fight and start throwing dice and flicking counters all over the place. Because you're so, but that's just one of the things that you should do pregame is when they have something that's not necessarily defined or you look at it and you have to look at it and not just read it, but flip it in your mind to saying, okay, how am I going to apply this to the game? You don't have to give your whole game plan out, but it's like, say, Neal or Scott, does that mean I could set 3 hexes from this? And essentially, give your opponent the chance to answer that question because his interpretation is most likely going to be different than yours. And it'll alleviate a lot of problems as long as because, they're hip, got hip guys and, all over the place. You don't want to get caught with your pants down.
On questions like that, hopefully you catch it, ambiguities like that, and then come to an agreement before the scenario starts, as opposed to discovering, there's a disagreement, and then how do you resolve it when you're 2 turns in or whatever.
Yeah. Do you guys know if that airfield is described in the rules? I don't see it in chapter G.
I've never even thought about it. It just occurred to me that what's the real definition of a runway, and is this even a runway?
That doesn't fit the definition of a runway because it says 2 parallel lines and gray background.
Right.
Technically, it's not a runway. So usually they say, treat so and so with as a runway, but without the -1 because it's just dirt, right? Because the runway bounces off but I mean that's going to probably be hard impacted dirt anyway.
Probably.
And so you're kind of going to have the same effect, whether you want to add that in your particular scenario or just say, just no fortifications because it's super thick. But it slows down the bullets fast enough; it doesn't bounce them off. So important things to look for.
So Scott, do you have any more terrain that sucks?
That sucks.
Or is difficult to deal with? Well, just streams and gullies. That's it. That's all you.
I don't know. Sometimes hills can be troublesome, but I don't know. It's not too bad.
I would add not a fan of excuse me, not a fan of nearly any terrain that is advanced versus difficult terrain. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
like double crests or
Ugh.
or uh, woods on a crest, anything like that
Building
where
your woods, yeah.
and you're
Yeah,
already
those are pain in the
CX and
ass.
you're like, shit, I can't advance up here, you know? You're just
Right,
kind of
yeah.
stuck. But
Yeah.
you need to move and you're like, crap, I can't do anything. That kind of annoys me, but I guess that's part of planning to not be
Yeah.
CX, but sometimes you don't see it, until it's too
Yeah.
late. But yeah,
Definitely want to bypass those X's for sure.
yeah. And on the new board 90, whatever it was, there's
Oh my
lots
God.
of double. Maybe there's a triple crest in
Oh yeah,
there,
we discussed that before. Yeah,
um,
it's nasty shit.
on whatever that board was. Yeah.
No, nasty.
And then, as Scott said, there are walls and hedges. Um,
All right. Now you can go to details of why they suck. Go for it.
they're just needlessly complex. I mean, I was talking to my wife about this the other day because I whine about it all the time. I'm like a broken record. Even to someone who doesn't even play ASL. Like they're 6 pages long. I mean, that includes bocage, right?
Oh,
Six
And
pa-
wall advantage.
6 pages. Yeah, it's got walls, hedges, bocage, wall advantage, hull down, foxholes behind all this stuff, right? Elevation,
Hmm.
and I don't know what about that section of the rule. It just the whole thing rubs me the wrong way. And then we play starter kit, which occasionally we play starter kit, and it's got hedges. Doesn't really have any walls on any boards that I know of, but it's treated the same.
No,
And
just
the
hedges.
and the rule is basically,
2 paragraphs.
yeah, whoever gets there first has wall advantage and keeps it until they leave. That's
yeah.
pretty
That's
much it.
crazy. That's crazy
And
shit.
it works. It works fine. And I just wish, you know, another topic on the wheel is, third edition, and they've been making little tweaks in the rules in the latest journal. I wish they would simplify those 6 pages of frickin' walls and hedges. They're more complex than OBA, AFV overruns, night
Yeah.
rules. I mean,
Oh my God.
all these rule sets. It's more complicated and more to read and absorb than all of those probably combined.
You
I mean,
got gaps and roads and
yeah,
partial. Do they go to the end of the hex side?
yeah.
Oh,
That's in the whole system. That's my pet peeve.
it's a
Is
freaking wall to keep your goats in.
chapter B9. It's my pet peeve. Man, I wish they would clean that up, make it much more
Chill out.
succinct.
What?
And MMP's probably saying that. Neal, chill out, you dickwad. But it's just, yeah. That's the only thing I'll rant about really in the rule book. OBA, I get it. You're modeling a complex thing, and it's, I don't know, 3 pages, 2.5 pages, something like that.
Yeah.
3 pages. And I understand that, but I just can't wrap my head around how needlessly bloated walls and edges are.
Oh, I do have one. I
Okay,
have another one I
let's
just
hear it.
thought of. Actually, two, but they're similar.
Okay.
Railroads and
Oh,
hillocks.
yeah. I get railroad hillocks I'm kind of okay with, but railroads, yeah.
Railroads to me seems like
Well,
they need to be more complex. You're thinking that they need to be more complex because they're railroads, but like nothing rides on them, and nothing happens, and essentially it's a limitation. Yeah, I hear you.
I don't. I mean, Scott, go ahead and continue if you want. I don't want to steal
Oh no, I just
your
We
airtime.
played that. There was one scenario. I think it was. Did it involve the fins? I don't remember. There was, but it had.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. 11th Company counterattack, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it had just the regular. What was it? Just regular railroad, which was fine. But
Yeah.
they treat it as a hillock, which is confusing.
Mm.
I think, and then they had the elevated railroad, and it got. Yeah, I don't know.
There was a section that, yeah, it went up. It was like on a ramp, elevated
Yeah.
on the back end of the map. And I remember you drove one of your, I forget which tank it was,
Yeah.
what model it was. It's supposed to be a
Oh.
piece of crap, and it performed flawless for you. I remember that much. Right? It's got this, low ammo, shitty breakdown, all kinds of, and nothing happened. It worked perfectly for him the whole time, and he drove it up on it and started shooting at me. I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, elevated, not elevated, but embankment is what I'm thinking of. There's regular rail, which is nothing, right? It's just a cosmetic
Right.
for
Yeah.
the most part.
Then the embankment one. Yeah.
Embankments, I think, are treated like similar to hillocks.
Right.
Then there's elevated, which I think is like a
Right.
one level obstacle, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Something like that. But the hillocks, I think I understand the hillocks. There's a visual. Someone made a visual, key on how they work, and that helped me kind of
Oh, and the
comprehend.
DTO players aid thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it
That
kind of
does
helped
help.
me
That did help.
wrap my head around it.
Just reading the rules,
Oh,
section, it's like, oh my god, what?
Yeah.
What?
No.
well, there's a big example. They updated Chapter F, and they have a big like 2-page example. If you go through that, that helps a lot. But yeah, just reading the rules, it's like what? Say what now? But when you
Yeah,
go
I've
through
read
the
the example.
example, you kind of get it.
Yeah.
I've read it, I think, like 10 times.
Yeah.
10 times. Anytime I just kind of thumb through there, I just stop and read all the examples again. What I think is just weird about those hillocks is it'll like block lines of sight, like if you pass over the second one and they're not adjacent to it. But like if you're on one hillock, it can go literally like 55 hexes, and then you could still see the guy at the end of the hillock. So it's like, at what point does it kind of plateau? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
4
that's
feet
the thing.
high. I don't know.
The example helps you make sense of the rule, but to me, the whole visual of it makes no sense really. I don't know.
Yes, it's odd.
Well, I think they're trying to. I think we talked about it briefly in another video. They're trying to.
Comes in.
Yeah, there was hillocks in there. There were hillock summits, right? It's trying to capture that undulation of not the desert, but not the sand desert, but the North Africa terrain, kind of the gentle undulations, and being able to. They're a long ways away. You can't see what's beyond them, but if they're close, you can see. That kind of thing. Trying to model that, which would be difficult to do.
It gives you the opportunity to have a TEM, and then although entrenchments aren't that common in the desert, if you should happen to entrench or whatever, then you can like, skulk at a line of sight.
Scott loves sangers. Say it. I know.
Sangers.
I'm surprised.
Oh, fuck.
I'm surprised you didn't bring. That reminded when you said trenches. That reminded me of sangers. So.
Oh my god.
How do you feel about sangers?
The thing is with hillocks is you can your tank you can drive behind them and you can be hauled down. But if you're stupid like me, you do that and then you realize that your secondary armament is. You can't fire it when you're hull down, so then it's like fuck.
Well, that was a grant.
Yeah.
Were those grants? Is that what they
the
were?
Grant, yeah.
Yeah, you can't fire them.
That's brutal. Holy shit. Yeah, I think the Sangers, I think conscript units, 426 charging conscript units of Russians last longer than Sangers on a battlefield.
Well, the thing about Sangers is, and we hadn't played with them until we played Camp Sin, is
oh god.
okay, you put a gun. There's not a lot of cover in DTO. So if you're given sangers, you're probably going to put something in it to get some kind of protection. So if you put a gun in a sanger and you overrun the sanger, the
Yeah.
gun is automatically destroyed. You just
On. Are you shitting
and the
me?
sanger's destroyed automatically. It's just
Yeah.
obliterated.
That's
You don't even have
that's
to fire.
Neal's.
You just run through. You just drive through it, and it's destroyed.
Yeah, that's Neal's favorite DTO tactic is to take his
God
tank,
dang.
drive it into your sanger, and then sit there and spin Brodies and
Oh my
to
God.
destroy your sanger.
Creates a sandstorm.
Yeah,
Hear
that's
Darude music
brutal.
playing in the back.
Yeah. I mean,
That's so
the
nasty.
the anti-tank gun can get a shot at you as it's happening, but if you survive the shot, it's destroyed
Yeah.
just by overrunning it, driving through the hex. Sanger's destroyed too.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. When you said trenches, I instantly thought of Sangers and how much I don't really like them. I'm sure Scott hated them when we played that scenario.
Oh
But
yeah. Well, I didn't at first. I thought they're cool at first, but then once we started playing, and
you suck.
Okay, sangers versus foxholes. Which one's worse? Because
Sangers.
everyone says foxholes are death traps. Sangers must be like, I mean, you must be sitting on a keg of dynamite or some shit.
Well, Sangers, remind me, Scott, do you have to pay to get in? Because they're not holes. They're just kind of built up uh, little walls of rocks, right?
yeah,
Because they
well,
didn't
they
entrench.
just gathered some rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gathered some rocks.
So I don't
and
think you have to
built little
pay to get
walls.
in and out of them, if I
No, I don't think
recall.
so.
So getting in and out of them is easy, right? But they're instantly destroyed if you overrun them. Guns are vulnerable if they're in them, if you
That's
overrun
crazy.
them. So
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're trying to defend in the desert, there's nothing to hide behind except
no,
so you put your guys in a sanger, but then they're so easily, you just drive right through them.
yeah.
And destroy them, and yeah.
Infantry, when they're overrun, they're destroyed. But are they destroyed before they get the attack off,
No,
or
infantry, you still overrun them normally.
Mhm.
Infantry, you have to do the overrun mechanics, but the Sanger's automatically destroyed regardless of
good lord?
the outcome. And any gun in the Sanger is destroyed too. Yeah.
Damn.
So
Well, the gun gets a free not free. Well, yeah, basically
gets
a
a
free
shoot
shot.
first. Yeah.
Right, and you get a rear shot, I think, right?
I believe so.
And then you got what I had an AA gun that had like a rate of fire of 3, but could I get rate of fire? No.
Damn.
Yeah. Terrain that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's that? Where's the train? I forgot to put that back up. Train that sucks. Yeah. I think we hit on some good ones. Coming up with Sanger right at the end there.
Yeah.
And most people probably haven't played a lot of DTO, and it was our first experience with it and wrapping our head around Sangers and from the viewpoint of the Germans in that scenario, that was the most effective way anyway, was starting to overrun stuff, which we've talked about before. But shit in the Sangers is just kind of, they're just huddled behind these little piles of rocks, but don't have a lot of protection. But I don't know what the mechanic of, I don't know, maybe a gun is surrounded by mounds of rock, and when you overrun it, it kind of buries it. I don't know how the justification of why it destroys a gun.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Trying to scan the rules, but they're at least they're pretty short. They're shorter than foxhole rules, so.
Oh yeah, Sangers are pretty simple. Simple
So
rules.
it's not too bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, that's it. So Stu? What's your word? Is it gullies? Gullies
My worst
plus crest.
would be no. I love crest. I
Okay.
love crest, and I'm glad they changed the rule to move out of. That's first of all, that's what it should have been initially, instead of interpreted like moving out of floating up in the midair and then walking in midair onto the open ground. That's the most retarded interpretation of the rule I've ever heard of. And you can watch one of the earlier episodes to get my rant on that. But yeah, the just nasty big open ground areas like boulevards and runways. I don't have enough luck to survive like a 6+1 attack, and I'm certainly not going to do a 6-3.
Oh, you probably
know,
survived
that's-
that, but a 2-2, you're toast.
Oh yeah, you're gone.
You're meat.
Bye bye. The one
broken.
residual in that hex. Yeah, you're gone. You're a goner.
Scott.
Sangers. Hey,
Oh, you changed at the end. It came to you.
you
Yeah.
brought you stirred up my DTO PTSD.
Yeah, they're kind of brutal. Yeah. I can't technically pick foxholes, so I'm going back to my old faithful walls and hedges. Specifically, not just that terrain, but the rules associated with the terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not like, but I'm a broken
rough.
record. I've mentioned it many times.
And for those that don't hate the walls and hedges as much as Neal does, remember when your opponent is behind in that damn stone building and there's a hedge in front or a wall in front, you could run right next to him and you'll get the wall, you'll get the hedge.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a -2 shot. So yeah, don't let him unless you got a hidden guy in there, then you're screwed. But anyway,
Right.
another reason to hate the reason to hate the rule.
Yeah. Wall advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and wall advantage. Well, you can keep concealment, right?
Yeah.
If I think I did this to Scott, he was in a building. I think it was a French-German scenario. He was in a building. He didn't claim wall advantage, and I had a guy, I think, in a woods, like 2 hexes away.
Oh.
And I assault moved it in behind, and I took wall advantage behind the wall, but I was still concealed. But I was in an open ground hex, but I wasn't in technically open ground, right?
Yeah.
Because of the
Yep.
wall, because I got wall advantage, and he was still concealed right adjacent to Scott. So yeah, you can
Oh
do
my
stuff like
God.
that.
Poor Scott. Did you roll 12, Scott, on that shot?
I don't remember what
I'm
happened.
sure it did. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
guys.
man.
Episode 24 in the books, in the can, and on the web near you soon, and on Spotify. If anyone's still listening, if you have any topics, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. Post in the comment if you have any topics you want us to rant about or whine about or just chat about. Post it in the comments below, and we'll add it to our list. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. See you on the flip side.
Hasta
night.
luego.
Get to the chopper! Yo. What's dope? Yo. Yo. What's dope? Oh. Yo. What's dope? Hey, get up. Friday night box on the kitchen chair. Counter sheets stacked everywhere. Friends say set up, we're losing time. But I'm chasing corners like a battle line. Silver jaw snap with a tiny bite. Cardboard corners falling left and right. Sorting trays like a private drill. Yeah, one more row, then I swear I will. They're calling out odds on the combat chart. I'm locked on the radius like a work of art. 4 neat arcs on a little square. I can't roll dice till the curves are there. Clip it, flip it, counters all the same. Game within the game, chasing perfect frame. Battles on hold while I chase that cut. Tiny cardboard charge and I can't give up. Flip it, stack 'em by the type. Infantry tanks all battle ready hype. Hands start to shake but I still aim true. Game within the game till the trim runs through. Gauge on the desk, just the right round. Trash can full of tiny cardboard mounds. Label each tray like a quartermaster, but setup time just gets slower, not faster. Turn one, are you coming or what? I'm lining up squads for another cut. Armor in trays, leaders in a stack. Roll without me, I'll just clip another track. I tell myself this is last, I swear. Then I spot one more with a ragged corner there. Reset the light, take a steady breath. Clean that flaw like I'm dodging death. Flip it, counters all the same. Game within the game, chasing perfect frame. Battles on hold while I chase that cut. Tiny cardboard charge and I can't give up. Clip it, flip it, stack 'em by the type. Infantry tanks all battle ready hype. Hands start to shake but I still aim true. Game within the game till the trim runs through. on turn 3 by now. Come on, man. Huh. Yeah. Choir table under kitchen light. Box lids open while the hours take flight. In a world where dice can break your plan, I round these edges with my own 2 hands. Little green squad in a plastic bed. Numbers and dots where the battle's bled. I can't stop now, I'm too far in. Set up tomorrow, tonight I'll just trim. Flip it, counters all the same. Game within the game, chasing perfect frame. Battles on hold while I chase that cut. Tiny cardboard charge and I can't give up. Clip it, flip it, stack 'em by the type. Infantry tanks all battle ready hype. Hands start to shake but I still aim true. Game within the game till the trim runs through. Counters lined up like troops on parade. Every curve a choice that I personally made. Okay, now we're ready for turn 1. Bro, are you kidding? It's 3 a.m. Woo! 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 Woo!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, thanks for watching, and let me know how I can do better. See you in the next video.